just a second here. It's trying to go live on me. I am going to assume that I am live here because I can kind of hear myself in the background. And I'm going to welcome everybody to our July 2021 meeting. We have got a lot of stuff to go over. We've got a lot of stuff that is still the same, really hasn't changed any, but I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody else here for a second. Oops, come on. Mute. Oh, did we lose somebody? Okay. So that way I can actually see my screen because you guys can't see it, but I can, but I've got everybody's pictures going straight down the middle of my screen and interferes with what I'm trying to see. Once again, I am Fleet Captain Robin Kearney Frazier of Space Station Requiem. We are the gateway to adventure in the hill country of Texas. We will go over our departmental reports, starting out with command. We have our communications and operations reporting in, our engineering, search and rescue, medical and sciences, and security, along with upcoming chapter and Guilds of Requiem events. Come on. Hello, computer. There it goes. Maybe. There we go. Command department reporting. One of these days, my computer won't give me technical issues and it'll operate smoothly. So we are getting ready to have our revival edition of Rift Runners, which is our e-zine, come out, and the command department is basically the view from the center seat. Even though we're a space station and we have a command and control center, we still have a command seat that's captained by me. I do have some open senior staff positions. We will gladly take anybody from Starfleet Command. If you are stationed on a star base and you don't already have a senior position in a chapter, we do not want to be taking other members from other chapters because you are very vital to that chapter as it is. So I am mostly looking for people who are wanting to be more involved. Space Station Requiem is mostly a correspondence chapter, even though we do have a few physical events that happen here. We also have a civilian and pet fleet options are live, and we do have new members. We got 5 new members already through this program. Our steampunk unit is activating October 23rd. What is a steampunk unit? We'll get to that here in a little bit. And what happened to the Marines? You know, for some of you may be aware that we had some Marines on our chapter and now we don't. Come on, computer. Really? There we go. So open senior staff positions. Biggest question I'm asked a lot of times is, why is it important to have a senior staff? I'm just one person, and one person can only do so much for so long before they start to burn out. When you have a senior staff, you can divide and conquer the different aspects of running a fan club organization. I have several current positions open. Our executive officer is an application pending with Jeff Lester. He's volunteered to toss his hat in the ring there and give it a try and see what he needs to learn and be successful at it. All of our departments are open for the commanding officer of that department. What that means is that you are a member of Starfleet Command Quadrant 1. You have completed phase 1 of Starfleet Academy. That means you have a officer's rank of at least ensign or greater. And then you can apply to be, you know, our departmental command officer, but you do have to be an officer in Starfleet Command in order to apply for that position. Now, we also have a departmental chief. And this is kind of one where we have a lot of give and take on it because we do have our own membership programs through Guilds of Requiem. It's going to be the person with the senior most tenure. They're the unofficial chief. However, any member, that can be a Starfleet command member who has enlisted ranks, it can be somebody from our civilian fleet unit, can submit to be a chief of a specific department. And what that does is it gives us 2 layers of, I have a question about maybe community services. So I can go to the departmental chief of medical or sciences, or I can go to the commanding officer of medical and sciences and ask my questions before I go further up the command to get the command structure to get an answer. So our command staff is deemed to be, of course, the commanding officer of Space Station Requiem, which is myself. We have our acting executive officer, Acting Ensign Jeff Lester, as he is pending taking all of his academy courses, so there's nothing official yet, so that's acting. Our departmental command officer, specifically of operations, is our 3rd in command. I'm also asked, what are my expectations of a senior staff? I recognize and understand that a lot of people have full-time jobs that they're already working. They already have full-time commitments. And this is a strictly volunteer position. You're not getting paid to do this position. So I would like to let people know in advance what my expectations are. I do ask for meeting attendance, or if you're not going to be able to make the meeting, you need to provide me a departmental report prior to the meeting. At least once a month, we ask that you post in public groups. Our leaders, our senior staff, our commanding officers, our chiefs, you are leading the way. You are modeling the example of what we want our members to do is be participatory. If you're not participating, then I'm probably going to come and ask you, hey, what's going on? We also ask that you participate when and where able to is compulsory. That means that if we have an event coming up and you are local to the event, if you are able to attend, we definitely want you there representing. If you are long distance, ask us, what can I do to help make this event better? What can I take off of the big silver platter and make it into a small entree or hors d'oeuvres or whatever, and make it go a lot easier? So what does a departmental report look like? One of the biggest questions I'm asked is how many members are in that department. I can look at a roster, and see, but that doesn't tell me if they've been active. Did you have anybody take and pass a Starfleet Academy course? Do you have any one member that has stood out above and beyond the crowd? And this is really important because we do have annual awards. So we try to keep in mind every single month, if you've got a member that is just shining brighter than everybody else. Come on. We ask that you recap any events or activities that happened in your department for the last month. What events are coming up in the next month? What events are happening in the future, with event details such as when and where is the event, how many volunteers are needed for what tasks. And we do ask that all monthly reports are in before 10 a.m. the Friday before a meeting, or if you remember the 15th of the month is easier, then do that. The biggest thing is I want to make sure that I'm not doing everything on the PowerPoint at the last minute on Saturday. So that makes my life easier if everybody has their reports in on time. So we have our pet fleet. We do have, like I said, welcome new members. We have the Corbin family. We have Sal Tomarin. I hope I just said his last name right. And I got one other name that just came in today. This is a new adventure for everyone, so we ask a little bit of patience. It does remove the need to join a club that may not be a genre you're comfortable with. Where we are at in Bandera County, we have such a large area to cover, even all across Texas. We just have this huge area. And we recognize that not everybody loves Star Trek. As you can see, Wicket Cannoli here is in a Jedi costume. We have a lot of people who are into fantasy, who are into cosplay, anime, horror, anything. and they want to belong to a club, but they really don't want to belong to a Starfleet club. So we know that we have made our charter, and we will always have our charter with Starfleet Command. While we appreciate people who actually join and help increase our numbers with membership there, if Star Trek isn't your cup of tea, then that's okay. But the biggest thing about when you join our civilian and pet fleet is you are supporting two worthy projects for Guilds of Requiem, with Space Station Requiem being one and our Service Dog Handlers Guild being the other. Any funds that we collect from this program go to fund these two programs for us. So departmental reports, and I'm just going to pop these up here real quick. Communications and operations. These are our people who deal with our website, with our social media, anything that has to do with promoting us. Where is help needed in this department? I don't know, Jeff, where can you think of where help might be needed in the communications and operations department? You're on mute. You're muted, Jeff. We can't hear you. Okay. I think he can hear us, but we can't hear them. But that's okay. We'll just keep going along, and when we get that figured out, then we will. How do I apply to be commanding officer or chief of this department? I do have a online form that will be hot linked in here. Communications, there you are. All right. Did you find yourself?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Where can you think of that we might need help in the communications and operations department?
Mainly right now, just posting on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay. So it's just help with making sure that we're maintaining our social media presence?
Right now, yes. Then we'll look at the website and see how we need to divide that up.
Okay. Yeah. So I just popped up here the rest of it. Our communications and operations, specifically our operations, maintains our roster database. I did create a Google spreadsheet to make it easier for tracking points. Communications and operations both work with the communications department on social media postings, website management, and merchandise. We do have a Cafe Press store. Jeff, I need to get you that login information that we can, oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all saw it, but, oh, where's he at? If you look right here, upside down, I did not realize this happened. Actually, there it is, right there. I am so psyched that we're on the Draconis Rift, and there's a dragon hiding in the rift of our image.
Yes.
When I saw that come up when I was trying to design a face mask, I mean, I was squealing like like a schoolgirl over how cool that was.
I thought you already knew that.
No, I didn't. I did not plan that at all. I took a bunch of different images and I recolored them and I combined them together to make our rift. And so when that just popped up at me in the face mask, I was just like, now isn't that funny as all get out.
I like it.
Yeah. So our operations commanding officer is the third in command, with communications following right behind them. Rift Runners Revival Edition. We are working on it. We have a placeholder added to the website, and I believe Jeff is going to be working on that here.
Yes.
If you have not already made a submission, submissions are due today before midnight to Space Station Requiem at guildsofrequiem.com or spacestationrequiem@gmail.com, whichever one is easier for you to remember and to get them to. If you want us to double check your spelling and your grammar and everything else, it needs to be in today. If you get it to us within the next week, it needs to be what we call print ready. That means we are not going to check it for anything beyond content to make sure we're maintaining our family friendly. Some of the sections that we're going to have is Space Station Requiem News. We're going to have a little blurb about Guilds of Requiem. Anybody who submits to us from Starfleet Command Quadrant 1. Fandomverse news. Heather is working very diligently on getting together. Heather or Janet are working on getting a upcoming conventions list. If we have any fan fiction, and then our steampunk aerodome. And we're going to get to who our steampunk people are in just a minute here. And once again, there's our email address that all submissions should be emailed to, spacestationrequiem@guildsofrequiem.com. Website updates. I think I needed to pull this one. The only biggest change that we had is we got rid of all the dashes between Space Station Requiem. That way, so it would be in line with our email address. It just makes it easier to remember if everything is the same. Updating our website is open to anyone who would like to assist that is a member of our chapter in any way, shape, or form. We will gladly teach you how to use Wix. We are on Wix.com. It now has a plugin that you can insert your own coding, which I think I've got a couple people who are excited about that. I personally can't remember a single thing about coding. So while I'm excited for them, it does me no good to be on plug and play. Engineering and our search and rescue report. Engineering is our general membership that is local to the greater San Antonio area. Our search and rescue is anybody who is a general member that is out beyond the greater San Antonio area. So if, say when Jeff first joined us and he wasn't sure which department he wanted to be in, we would have put him into our search and rescue department. And then after he got comfortable, and then he could say, yeah, this is the department I want to be in. So we do have civilians and pet fleet on Space Station Requiem. I have put a call out into some of the groups for, tell me about your pet, and I'll write them into our saga and into the analogs. Our main character has 1,000 years of living to do, that there's only so many characters that I can come up with. So having lost a couple of service dogs, one of my first thoughts is how can I memorialize them and, show how much my gratitude is for everything that they've done for me. And so I kind of got to thinking, I can make them as characters. Wicket's got this really cool personality, and he knows I'm talking about him because he's sitting down here giving me the oho. Cletus has definitely got a personality to him. Bella's got a personality to her. So I decided to let's have fun with it. So I put a call out there, and I kind of got overwhelmed with the response that I had to say, okay, you know what? I really can't take everybody. So if you are already a member of Starfleet Command and you'd like to have your pet a part of our pet fleet, we do have an annual membership fee. It's only $5, and that goes directly to our Service Dog Handlers Guild. If you are a member of another fandom in which you would like to join Space Station Requiem as our civilian unit with your pet coming with you, it's $5 for you and includes one pet, $5 for each pet after that. We help walk you through creating what race they are. We have you tell us about your favorite thing about them. Do they have any quirks? My dogs go crazy over oinkies, so that's where oinkinars come from. So it's a lot of fun, and it also helps support a really good cause. So civilian memberships are open to anyone without regard to any other fan club affiliations. Like I've already stated, those who are Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 members are able to join us just for the benefit of Pet Fleet. You maintain your membership with your chapter. You are not leaving your chapter and coming to Space Station Requiem. We are acknowledging that you are already a member of one of our parent organizations, and we are trying to add a benefit to that. Members have the opportunity for one or more of their pets to be immortalized in our continuing storyline. Proceeds from this project are used for funding Space Station Requiem and the Service Dog Handlers Guild of Requiem. Participation in persona creation is at the discretion of the civilian member. So if you want your pet to be in there, if you want yourself to be in there, all of that is at your discretion. We do ask that even as civilian members that you come in costuming or cosplay for events, except for events deemed casual. And we're going to be working on getting club t-shirts. So that will help with casual. Speaking of which, we are going to open up submissions for a club t-shirt design contest. We're going to give it through the end of the month. And the winning design contest, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pay for your Starfleet membership. So once we get all of our designs in, all of our submissions in, Jeff will probably need to have a little advert to go up on our pages that we're having a contest of designing our t-shirt.
Yes.
And that the winner will also get a Starfleet Command membership, one year, individual. The other fun thing that we have going on right now is a Space Station Requiem Starfleet Academy monthly challenges. That is sponsored by Space Station Requiem. It's not sponsored by Starfleet Command Quadrant 1 or the Starfleet Academy of Starfleet Quadrant Command. This is sponsored by us. There was no winner in the month of May or June, so that means July has $75 towards the Guilds of Requiem website. We have a lot of crafters and vendors on there selling their wares. All participants are entered in a drawing in December for Space Station Requiem to pay your Starfleet Command renewal. Only courses registered for and graded during that month will be counted. So this month is the original series. We are now at the 17th. If you come to me and say, oh, hey, I took the Enterprise courses. Sorry, the month of June is already over. If it gets to be near the end of the month and you're, need that little bit of motivation to get that last one in to beat me, then you need to have it submitted before the end of the month, and we allow 72 hours for that official grading to come back to you and then forwarded to us. You do need to have a Starfleet Command membership for at least 30 days before you can take Academy courses. I've given a hyperlink here to the Academy courses. As a new member, you have to apply for a Starfleet Academy enrollment. If you have been a member, I think it's longer than 6 months or a year, you are already enrolled in the Academy. You just need to start requesting exams. Check with your commanding officer to know if you're going to get promotion points available on your chapter for completing Academy courses. Each person is responsible for submitting scores to Space Station Requiem at guildsofrequiem.com. I'm allowing one person who is visually impaired to have their helper submit on their behalf. This person is helping them take the tests, reading questions off to them and answers off to them. That I'm making that accommodation, but that is something that we have worked out and have agreed to. Your commanding officer, unless you give them permission and they acknowledge that they have permission, will not submit their scores to me. Rex or any of the other staff at Starfleet Academy will not submit your scores to me. You are responsible for submitting your scores to us. Come on. So upcoming STEP challenges. My tongue just tied. STEP stands for Star Trek episodes. We are in the month of July. It is the original series. I've only taken one so far because I've had a challenging month and I don't think I did very well on it. So it's going to be real easy for somebody to beat me this month. August will be Deep Space Nine. September is Voyager. October is going to be the animated series or Next Gen. We understand that people don't have access to the animated series or Discovery, but they do have access to Next Gen. So that is very important to remember. If you are doing Next Gen in October and November, You cannot submit the same, it's the exams that you take in the month of October go towards the month of October. The exams you take in November go towards the exams taken in November. It doesn't get combined. So launching the 23rd of October, 2021 is our steampunk unit. And this is kind of tongue in cheek, having fun. We have a lot of families in our membership and in our groups that they're looking for ways to keep their young ones engaged in fandom. So if they already have a heart in science, technology, engineering, art, or math, then this is the unit for them to be in. We are partnered with, and I forgot to fill that out, we partnered with the International Space Station Space Program. They have an educational program for youth about the International Space Station and about space in general. So we have partnered with them. We have our own account that we can help track. We have access to all their activities. So those are some of the things that are going to be showing up. It is included with all civilian memberships. It is open for participation from other organizations and fandom that we are partnered with, which right now is just Starfleet Command. Parental involvement is a must. Many of these activities that we're going to have in our newsletter or on the Steampunk Aerodome page on our website do need the guidance of a knowledgeable adult. No, we're not mixing anything that's going to go kaboom unless you count baking soda and vinegar. Our medical and sciences report, these are our community service departments. And the biggest thing that we're super, super excited for is we have been invited to be event ambassadors for the Rainbow House Senior Citizen Annual Gala in Boerne, Texas. This is $1,500 for a tabletop of 10 that they have given to us in exchange for being event ambassadors. We do have a sign-up form. You do have to be a member of either Starfleet Command, Space Station Requiem, or the USS Masamune, our sister chapter in Starfleet International, in order for you to participate in this event. So who is it? It's the Cronky Place Rainbow Senior Citizen Center. They also do the Meals on Wheels for Kendall County. It is their annual fundraising gala. It's at the Mark Motors of Boerne. If you like cars, especially expensive cars, you're going to want to come to this event because Mark Motors of Boerne are the ones that sell the Porsches and the Lamborghinis and the really, really cool cars. Just FYI, you're probably going to find me drilling over at least one of them. It is going to be on the 14th of August, which is the second Saturday of August. We do need to be there before 6 p.m. to welcome their guests in full fandom finery and style. This is not an event that a club t-shirt's going to do. If you don't have a uniform, please get together with me. I will help you pick out something that is appropriate to a fandom. Their theme is outer space. They're looking towards the future of outer space. So if you've got an outfit that looks steampunky or looks futuristic, we'll help make it work. So I don't want you to think because I don't have a Star Trek uniform, I can't participate. Because I'm going to work with you. You do have to sign up on the form. I have to provide them with a guest list. If you have not signed up on the form, we're not going to know that you're coming. They're not going to know that you're coming. And there may not be a room for you at the table because we're only allowed 10 people. Okay. What to expect from 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock. You do need to be available to mingle with the guests in your persona. Hand out flowers for those who are interested in the fandoms, and just look super fine in the photos because this is the who's who of Boerne. Food will be available. We will have our own table away from the food. I do ask that you pay attention to the allergy alert on the sign-up form because I like to breathe. And this is South Texas, and those two don't always work together when food becomes involved. Starting about 9 o'clock, The Spasmatics are going to be playing. And from what I've heard, they are psyched about Trekkies being at this event. What to bring? Your A game in costuming or uniform. An energetic passion for all fandoms. I'm asking you to bring your getting to meet the Pope behavior. That we want you to be on your best behavior to give your best representation of our chapters and organizations. And I'm reminding y'all once again, a tabletop is $1,500 for 10 people. If you were to go to this event by just yourself, it would be $200. If it's just you and a guest, it would be $300. So they have compensated us for being their event ambassadors by giving us one of their tables. A cash bar is available for drinks. Rule number 1, know your limit. If I see that you're starting to get inebriated and doing something goofy, either myself or Jason or Janet are going to call you out on it and ask you to leave the event. Both chapters have a zero tolerance policy of being intoxicated at an event. It is not a professional representation. If you are intoxicated at an event, you do silly things because you are drunk and you are not in control of yourself. We have Space Station Requiem itself has a zero tolerance policy of being seen drinking while mingling with the guests. If you want to get a drink from the bar, from the cash bar, go back to our table and consume it, drink some water, then go mingle with the guests. We are there as their ambassadors. We want to make this organization look good. We want their guests to have the most fun and the best time that we can help make happen by adding our personas and our take on fandom to their theme of outer space. Community service activities are everywhere. There are so many opportunities in which you can become involved in your community and perform community service and get credit with us at Space Station Requiem for promotion points. Starfleet Command sponsors the pop tabs for Shriners Hospital. They ask that when you deliver them to the Shriners Hospital, you take a picture of your delivery mount and of your receipt and that you were there. We understand that Shriners Hospitals are not everywhere. We do know from personal experience that the Ronald McDonald House is everywhere, and they are doing the pop tabs as well. So it's the same guidelines as above. When you go to deliver them, make sure you get a picture. Here's my bag of pop tabs, soda can tabs, whatever you call them. In one hand, here's my receipt. This is where I'm at in order to get credit for it. I will give bonus points for delivering in uniform or club t-shirt once we have the club t-shirts. You can participate in box tops for educations. They have made it so easy now that all you have to do is take your phone and scan the QR code on any eligible product that is a box tops for education. You can either then send us an emailed receipt or once a month, take a screenshot off of your totals from the app. We will give you credit for it. You can volunteer at a local charity event. Maybe you're living somewhere where there's a 501st or there's some other fandom organization and they're doing a community service event. Ask, hey, can I participate in my trek? Can I participate? Yeah, tell me when and where, what you're doing and how you participated. I need a photo of you in your cosplay or club shirt showing that you are representing fandom at a community service function. We would love to have it. That's more stuff for us to submit in the SPAR. It's more stuff for us to put in Rift Runners. That's great because that's what we're about, is making a difference. Our security report. Security and Marines were our event coordinators and event managers. We're currently without any Marines on our chapter. When we do have Marines decide to join our chapter again, they will be paired with our security department in duties. So biggest thing, upcoming event is BantuckyCon October 2021. It is going to be online. It's going to be held the last week of October, which is October 23rd through the 31st. Other chapters and fandoms are encouraged to participate. If you have any steampunk activities for the youth, please, that is what our convention is all about. It's all about science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, and fandom and science fiction and everything that's out there. We combined it all together into one big convention. It's just unfortunately this year we couldn't find a physical location to have it. Biggest thing is all activities must be family friendly. Upcoming events. We have some vending information for VanTuckyCon. If you're going to be presenting an activity, it will be free. We will give you if you're going to go live, we need to know when. Otherwise, you can upload a video or a link to your YouTube channel and we'll publish it for you. It's going to be $20 for one post per day. And I know I've got some other numbers out here. It's going to be $30 for 2 posts per day, $50 unlimited postings, and you're invited to be a co-host for the event on the Facebook. Jeff, remind me, I need to update the Rift runners with this correct information.
Sure.
All proceeds are going to benefit Space Station Requiem and future events. Our goal is to have a physical convention next year in Bandera County, VanTuckyCon. And that is everything that I have got. I got through that pretty quick. Woohoo! Wow. That's the fastest I've gotten through everything.
Yeah, that was a lot of info.
It is. I mean, I do take the PowerPoint. Like I said, I take the PowerPoint and I put it on our Facebook group. I don't know if maybe we need to consider also maybe putting it up on the website.
Yeah, it depends on how public you want it.
Anything that's our meetings is public available. Anything where people have to sign up, you know, I'm going to be verifying their membership.
How about on the website, we just do the current month?
Yeah, that would probably work. You know, keep it up and then switch it out every month when we have our new meeting.
Every month we just switch it out.
That sounds like a winner. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to